Hey guys, it's Avenger. Welcome back to the channel, and we're taking a look at a cool little thing today, which is this flow. Now, what is flow? Now, first off, hands up, I was given a copy of the freeware version by the developer Parallel42, and they'll be coming out with the free version, PC only because of marketplace restrictions, Essentials, which will be on the actual marketplace for Xbox and PC users, and they'll be coming out with Pro as well. Now, I'll link a video in the description from their YouTube channel showing you all the amazing features, or a preview of the features coming with Essentials and Pro. And I kind of got to say I'm really surprised by this, because this is incredibly different to what I'm used to. We've not seen, since this Camp Out, anything quite as different for this sim. We've seen aircraft with cool features, but what is Flow? Well, Flow is this. Flow is an interactive menu system that replaces this, which is clunky, because if I'm moving around here, I have to go all the way up here, I click on ATC, I have to go all the way back here. It's a lot of mouse movements. With Flow, I can open it wherever I like. It's wherever my mouse is, and it's right to the item. No faffing with pulling down menus and trying to find the right one, and this is actually kind of sloppy. It's not ideal. But Flow is also really optimized towards people who may also be visually impaired. I can make the wheel bigger. I can make it smaller. I can make this interface bigger. I can make it smaller. It can be designed to fit anybody, which is actually kind of fantastic. If I want to go back up here again, we've got tutorials on how to use it and all the settings within. Now what is this beyond a menu? Well, it allows you to access all the various functionalities of the default, in the free version, menu items. So if it can show up there, it will show here. Now in this way and shape, it shows like the actual Asobo ones. In Essentials and Pro, you will see there are new features they're adding that will change that completely. In terms of how these work, they'll have a much smaller and less obtrusive weather window, where you can search for a weather type. I want to search for types of rain. No more do I have to click here and go, oh, rain. That's drizzly rain. Oh, that's freezing rain. Oh, that's heavy rain. Wind and rain. Oh, light rain. No, I just type rain. That saves me a ton of time. Speaking of time, if I want to open time, that's easy as well. Weight and balance, they're going to have a custom version of that too. Now, I'll go through the blurb that they gave me for this and information about it. I'm not going to read all the marketing speech, because that's not really what I do, but I will say the different versions, they show the features that are of course with Essentials and with Pro in the YouTube video. I'll touch on those in a moment. But this free version does what it shows. I showed you here. It allows you to not just customize this, but customize it per aircraft, and we'll touch on that in a second. Now, the Essentials and Pro variant allows this dynamic, really smooth control of the actual menu with optimized, improved menu layouts. We have time, weather, friend finder, and the ability to go to them and show where on an airport they are. Camera switching. If an aircraft's compatible, door opening and closing. Server changing. Top of descent calculators, finding METARs, unit conversions. If you can think about it, they probably do it. You can have per aircraft settings. You can even do autopilot. You can even do fuel. Now, the cool thing is, you can actually create scripts internally within this and widgets for Flow. In fact, according to the guys at Parallel42, this is how they made a lot of the widgets in Parallel42, is with the inbuilt editor. Yeah, so a developer out there can literally make a widget for their weather they're adding, or they want to add interactive features at their airport. They can make a widget for that will plug into Flow, and when you land at the airport, you can use those things to control it. Imagine if, for example, a ground services developer built a widget for their ground services. now you have the ability to call their custom ground services at airports. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? See, it's easy to think of this as just a menu, because it is just a menu. But it's a menu done a very different way. Asobo's method is it works. It's controller and PC compatible, but it's not particularly sexy. This one is, of course, fully Xbox controller compatible, so there is that. But this opens up possibilities. Not only is it much more efficient, and a lot of games go to this more contextual interaction style of menu. Now, this isn't contextual entirely, but it allows you to go in that direction. And the ease of access to this tool, and where you open it and how you interact with it, reduces mouse movements, reduces clicks to get to various things, giving you more time flying and less time faffing with menus. Their time and weather, for example, are incredibly efficient, and they allow you to find things very quickly. Now, things like autopilot, that gives you functions for things like planes that may not have one. You could essentially, have a I want to go up and go grab a cup of tea system. You could have a way to go and grab a trip to the bathroom. I don't know why you'd grab the bathroom, but that's a strange wording of my point. Now, it works in Sim without external app requirements. There's no measurable performance impact according to them, and I haven't noticed any. It's sleek and intuitive interaction wheel alternative to your default toolbar. It's a mouthful, but it is sleek and it is intuitive. It makes the menu system very intuitive, in fact. You can have any key you want to open it. You can even have the side mouse button, which makes it even easier because you just move the mouse and go click on your mouse wherever it is. No faffing on a keyboard, which when you're reaching past a yoke can be a hassle. It can be static or dynamic, so it can always show, it can be on off, it can appear when you want it to. It's resizable, like I said, and they specifically did that for people with vision impairment or cognitive or motor difficulties, which the default toolbar does not offer. It's pretty impressive if you ask me. Now, as a system, what I find really cool is that I can go open this, and I can open an editor. Now, this is for all aircraft, for example. I can go to MS panels. You know what, if I wanted the basic controls? I could replace basic controls onto there. If I wanted a flight assistant, I could put that on there. Anything I want can go on there. For some reason, Metas does not have an actual icon, but it is there. Now, I can go to different pages. I can go to another second page for all aircraft. I can go to the Beaver and give it specific things I'd only want to use with the Beaver, like camp out, like the weather, like ATC, weight and balance, Metas. I may not want other things on that aircraft. I may want other things on a different aircraft, though. And you can move this in your tree of pages, so after the main pages, of course, you've got this one. So it really does offer you a lot of flexibility. Now, of course, you can put their tutorials, you can put updates, you can put settings in there. And this is just the free one. This is just the free version, and it's already, frankly, in my opinion, a game changer. Naturally, of course, Parallel 42's Camp Out works with it, which is great. But to me, this is a very interesting and creative solution to a problem we didn't really know we had. I'd never say the menu in Flight Sim was bad, but I wouldn't say it was good either. It worked. It did its job, which is fine. It is, however, clunky. This is why I hate the function in Windows where you can have your taskbar appear, disappear, where it auto hides. It's great for keeping it out of your way and not having to look at a menu, which I know I hate. But when I move my mouse around on the screen, I get that annoying irritation pop up. I do find it slightly laggy, though, as a menu. And, yeah, it's got functions on here and tools, and you can customize things. But is it really that interesting? It's not. Okay, yeah, I can customize some things on here that I would want and would not want. But at the end of the day, it's still in one place. And I can't emphasize enough just how game immersion breaking it is to have to go all the way from your mouse here, all the way up here, find the thing you want. Oh no, I want to do weight balance, it's over here. So you have to cognitively go to the top in the right place, scroll across, click the thing you want, then scroll all the way back down again. Whereas if I'm here, it's like bang, bang. and it's here. And once, if you have, of course, Pro or Essentials, you're going to have their new versions of these windows where things are smoother and better laid out. Now, don't just think of this as a menu. And I'm going to get called a shill for this video because I genuinely think this is an impressive tool. And the fact they're coming out with the free version, this one, along with other variants, it's a pretty diverse option. Now, there's things they can't do with Xbox, so Pro, some features can't be done with Xbox. That is unfortunate. I'm gonna say, Xbox has limitations, it's a console, it's not a PC. They're very powerful now, and it's very good, and the fact that we can have games that work on both without there being horrible ports to one or the other is fantastic, but at the end of the day, a console will have limitations. It has to. They're designed to be simple. So there's not a lot of some certain things you can do, like other utilities and programs. And the fact we have a free version, wonderful. We have, granted, unfortunately, not a free version for Xbox, but it will be on the marketplace for you, and I'm sure the price will be reasonable. I don't know what the price will be yet. When is it coming? It is coming before the holidays, according to according to Parallel 42, it will be coming before the holidays. Now, I will be buying myself a copy of this, because this seems really, really cool. Now, imagine if, for example, FS Realistic attached some sort of control widget, or made a control widget that goes into Flow. Now you can control FS Realistic stuff from within the sim. What if Rex Weather did something? What if A2A made a widget for one of their aircraft? Developers of aircraft like that make realism mods for their aircraft, or realism attachments to their aircraft, could control this through widgets in Flow. As an optional extra, obviously, not going to require you to have Flow, but they could make optional add-ons that will allow you to control certain things very, very efficiently. It's not that this is just an efficient menu. It is. But it's an efficient menu that opens up many doors. It's one thing to build a great house. A good menu is a great house. But when that great house has space to expand and build into a great city, you suddenly have something that's really worthwhile. I said that Camp Out was a game changer in that it showed us what could be done. It showed us what we could create with this sim. Not just in terms of what I could make myself a little camp, I mean, it showed us what power this sim could provide us to do things we didn't do before with our flight simulation. Well, Flow does the same thing for how we can interact with those things. It opens the doors to new developed widgets, to freeware, payware developers, everybody, to create, to be creative. It is a new sandbox, if you will, within a bigger sandbox. Let's make sandcastles. I will be personally buying a copy of this. I like this a lot. Again, I was given a copy of the free version. I will be buying the paid version. And I do buy a lot of stuff because I want to review it, but this I'm going to buy because I genuinely think it's a really good idea. I have no stake in this. They're not paying me to say any of this. They're not giving me a cent to say any of this. But I genuinely like it. I have yet to see a flaw with it, which is impressive. And they managed to code a menu that doesn't have any kind of performance impact, which is not necessarily that easy at times, because they can definitely, depending on the menu base you use and how you actually structure the code, can definitely have impacts. But this does not. Either way, I'm rambling. I will leave you to it. Enjoy this video, and I would definitely take a look at this when it comes out. Link in the description to their video of their features, and I will link to their website as well. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Happy camping. Bye.